Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, and I go on YouTube as Dinmajane, so please make sure to follow by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Recently, there's been a lot going on social media. We are still trying to deal with David and Chioma's wedding, which was a very beautiful ceremony. And then there's also another trending topic or situation on the internet talking about, the aircraft saga. Something happened on a flight from Uyo to Lagos with Ibom Air. They had this lady that was on the aircraft, and the air hostess had asked her, "Please turn off your phone. We are about to take off." This lady didn't do it initially. I think she was probably doing something on her phone, maybe. And then the woman goes on and says, "I said do it now." Okay. Let's be realistic. We all fly planes, and we know that the rule is once it's about to take off, you either turn off your phone or you put it on airplane mode. I, in particular, I don't usually do it immediately we are told, because I might be trying to do something on my phone, but I would eventually do it before the takeoff. Maybe the said lady was still trying, the passenger, was still trying to process, one or two things on her phone, and then she will eventually do it. But I feel like the tone at which the air hostess used might have provoked the passenger. We are all humans, and nobody wants anyone to talk to them rudely. Okay, so I think that is where the air hostess went wrong. And now, in the part of the passenger, I feel like going to her to address it or tell her maybe don't speak to me in that tone again or whatever was a bit was normal. It's normal. Or please, just because of a passenger, next time please don't speak to anyone in that tone. I didn't find it funny. I don't like it, and peacefully just walk away or something. But from the video, I could hear her saying they were holding her from leaving the aircraft, which is very, very wrong. You have no rights. That is against her fundamental human right to hold her when she has not done anything wrong or violated any of your rules. Now, in the process, she calls the officials involved in cases like that, and they, were trying to bundle her out of the airplane. In the process, her shirt was ripped, and everything got exposed. Nobody deserves their private, you know, properties outside. Do you get what I mean? It was a bit extreme. It was too much for me. I personally, if I was a lady, I won't take it lightly. I fly the airplane. I know the rules, and if you speak to me in a certain tone, I won't like you. I won't like it. I would definitely address it. I have been to hotels. I remember one time I lodged in a hotel in Umahia, and the lady called me on the phone. It was almost 12, and she was like, please, your checkout time is 12. And I know that my checkout time is 12. I know I'm not renewing. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll be down in a few, right? The next thing, she calls me back, please make it fast. I was mad. I was like, why would you speak to me? What gave you the right to actually speak to me in that tone? Like, please make it fast. There are people who would take it very, very extreme. Like, they come down, they will slap her because you don't know who you're speaking to. Do you get? I can decide to extend if I want to. I went downstairs to the lobby and I told her, the tone at which you spoke to me was wrong. As a customer, you're meant to make me feel comfortable, even though, yes, my time was elapsing. It wasn't even 12 yet. If it was 12 and you were telling me make it fast, I will understand. It's still to 12. Do you get? And I got mad. I was like, don't speak to me in that tone. Don't, even speak to any customer like that. When it comes to customer service, that is totally wrong. I addressed it in a very soft tone, and she took it. She was like, oh, thank you, ma, for correcting me. You get, most of them are new to the job. They've never had to deal with customers, they've never had to deal with clients. Do you get? But I believe that this particular air hostess has been dealing with people long before now. And someone else, I think at some point, a man came out with a video as well of the same lady harassing him about a year ago. So Ibom Air needs to look into it. And the part where they placed a live ban on the lady after the whole reaction, after having her nudity on the internet, like, it doesn't make sense to me. It should be reconsidered on giving her about that life ban thing. You can't ban somebody for life not to fly. So when they have opportunities to fly, what happens? And I heard at some point I saw that I was seeing online that she was also sent to prison almost immediately, or she was detained or something. I'm just like, Nigeria, where what happens to laws, what happens to people's rights? Like, she only addressed. I'm also thinking that the air hostess, a lot of people don't know how to manage anger. Might have triggered her to the point where she got physical. So if you check it, we need people who were actually on the plane to come and explain what had happened. If there was anyone who was on the plane, should drop a tweet or something to help us. Because if you look at that air hostess, she doesn't even look friendly. And last time I checked, air hostess are always friendly. I've flied internationally. They're always trying to make you comfortable. They will talk to you mildly. Oh ma, please, your bag shouldn't be there. It should be either under the seat or it should, be overhead. They tell you all these things. They talk to you softly, calmly. But in Nigeria, everyone is always, once they have a certain power, they're like this. Please, Ibom Air, consider. Fan, reconsider this whole situation. You can't just ban somebody for life. That's all I have to say. I don't want to talk much. I don't want to drag it for too long. It's just that a lot has to go into customer service in Nigeria. I'm sorry to say. Most of the customer service representatives are very rude in Nigeria. Even sometimes when you report to the brand owners, they turn to something else. Okay? It is very bad. I've shopped abroad and I've not seen where they have to tell me to keep my bag outside. And even if I go to any establishment that requires me to keep my bags outside, they always provide you with a locker. Okay, they provide you with a locker and you go in with just your wallet or whatever you need to function inside the establishment. Either be it a supermarket, be it hospital, be it whatever, you go to schools, wherever, you're always given a locker to be sure that your things are secure. I myself have been to supermarkets here in Nigeria where they will tell me to keep my bags outside, like with somebody. There's not even proper locker. I got pissed off, and that's why I stopped going to a particular supermarket. That supermarket pissed me off so much. And the owner was just talking to me anyhow. I was like, you can't even tell me to keep my bag, and then you just kept like a carton line up. I should keep my bag there. Anybody can come and pick my bag. I don't feel safe with that ticket. So I didn't like it, and she wasn't even being nice. She was very rude to me, and since then I cancelled it. Like every time my family even tells me, "Oh, let's go here to buy something," I'm always like, "Nah, I'm not going." Even if I'm going with them, I will sit outside. They will go in and shop and come out. You also run a business. You're not trying to make your customers comfortable. You go to the till to pay. There's only two people serving. When you know that there are more people than that come to shop, like you have a lot of customers, you only keep two people to serve, and you expect me just after shopping for like 5 minutes, I will wait another 20 minutes just to pay. I one time raised it up to the man and I was like, this thing is wrong. You should have like five people. With the way your customers come in and shop in bulk, because their prices are very affordable, they shop in bulk, and then after taking little time, I'm going to spend another 20-25 minutes just to make payments. And I'm sweating. There's no like good ventilation, there's no air coming in, your ACs are dysfunctional, and you expect me to stay there. I made a complaint to the man. Trust me, this is 2 years after that incident. He still hasn't done anything about it. One time I wanted to pay for a little item and I saw people with bulk of carts. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to go straight to the front. Like, I want to pay and get out. And the woman was like, no, you have to wait on the line. I said, for this one item, I have to wait on this line with people with 2 baskets, 3 baskets. It didn't make sense to me. And at that point, I drew the line. I was like, I'm never coming here again. I don't think it was even at that point that I drew the line. Another time I went back. I sent my girl to go buy me baby lotion. I think it was baby lotion. And she came, no, I sent her to buy baby oil. She came with baby lotion. And I was like, no, this is not what I sent you. It was still sealed. Nothing has been done to it. It wasn't even up to 5 minutes she came in. I said, please take this thing back to the supermarket and tell them to change it to baby oil instead of lotion. And then she came back and said the woman refused to take it. I'm like, why? Is it edible? It's not something that goes into the mouth. If it's something that goes into the mouth, I understand. You can't take it back. But this is a sealed item. It still had the wrap. It still had the wrap on it. And she refused to take it. I got very mad. I was like, I don't need a lotion. I'm not using lotion. It's not important to me. At that point, I just like, I went to another store and bought oil. I would rather go somewhere. I think that was at the point where I was like, I'm never shopping here again. You get what I mean? So a lot of the she was so rich. She was like, I can't take it, please. Like the way I can't. She was like, I can't take it, please, please. I don't have time for this. Another time I was looking for there's this tube that I add to my cream. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I had to go to that place because I know I'm going to find it there. And I was asking, please, do you have this product? And she said, I knew she had it. But because she remembers me and she sees me like a troublesome client or customer, she's like, she doesn't have it. And I could clearly see it over her head. I was like, okay, no problem. So that was the point where I stopped shopping there, guys. So you see, zero customer service. She feels like, what is 1 out of 1,000 that comes there to shop? That's the mentality that they have. I run a business. I'm trying to please my customer. Constructive criticism is good for your business. Feedbacks are good for your business, because when people come to tell you that they don't feel right about this, they don't like this, you look into it and set another measure or method or another protocol that would solve the problem, or another procedure that eases their shopping or their business dealings with you. But in Nigeria, no, we don't want it. I don't like the customer service sometimes. I called an establishment. I said, oh, I know you run a program like this. I'm interested in this program. Please, can I know the requirement? Because online, this is what I see. I want to know, is there any other thing more than that? And, I want an in-depth of the fees, everything. And she was like, please, I'm not in the position to answer you this question. And I said, okay, please, can I speak to who is in position to answer the question, or send me the number to call? And she goes on, I can't do that now. And because people were around her, she just dropped the call on me. I called back and I'm like, please, I need this. It's urgent for me. And she says, Ma, please, I'm busy. I can't attend to that now. Bam. Again, for the second time. That was how I left that institution. I didn't end up doing that program there. Your customer service rep, or that's what they call them, or your sales rep, might be the reason why you're losing customers. Because one, business is not their own. So from time to time, you need to constantly coach them. If you're a business person, know this. Coach them on customer service, how to talk to people, how to react to people's reactions. Like me, people piss me off in my business. They come, they piss me off, they fight. When they come like this, I know how to handle it so that it doesn't escalate and look bad. Do you get what I mean? For someone like me that run a school, you beat the parents and use one hand to drag them. That's business. Okay? You set your standards and you're still using one hand to drag them. Okay, so that's just what I want to say. Ibom Air, please look into this. Fan, look into this. Airport authorities, whatever, please look into it. I beg you people, the life ban is too much. And also look into the people that you hire as air hostess. That woman's face doesn't even look nice for an air hostess. I'm sorry. Yeah. Her face is too strong. It's too serious for air hostess. Air hostess are very pampered, very sweet girls. You share your thoughts in the comments. Like, I'm open to hearing what other people want to say, because I'm hurt. I'm hurting. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for the lady. Her nude is out. Her like a lot of things now gives room for the internet to say a lot of bullshit about her, and it doesn't make sense. Please, 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 let's help lend our voices, because life band is crazy. Thank you very much for engaging into this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.